The most unfair thing in the world. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to be part of the unfairness. Where's Robert Whittaker go from here? So, first off, Whittaker, what a classy guy. And it's very easy to be classy when everything's going your way. When you get beat, that's when you really show it. And Whittaker passed the test. Turns out he's just a gentleman. He's just an overall nice person. I'm 28 years old. You guys are a really good fighter. I'll have to figure it out from here. Okay, great. But let's try to figure out what the best path is for him. If I was to tell you, because here's the thing on that fight. It was not overly competitive. Now, when I say that, what I'm talking about is it could have been finished in the very first round. He was saved by the bell. It was finished in the second round. In that regard, it was a blowout. In between those moments, yeah, guys, they're firing at each other. They're trying to find their spots. But when you look at it just in that regard, I don't know that there's going to be a whole lot of people that are demanding, if anybody, a rematch between Adesanya and Whittaker. Let's say Whittaker goes and wins his next two fights, which he's likely to do. Are you going to want to see a rematch between Whittaker and Adesanya? Is that just something, or do you want some fresh blood in there?
Good morning, everyone. Qantas would like to welcome members and guests travelling on QF 79. Your service through to Narita is now available for boarding through gate lounge number 3. On behalf of the Qantas First Lounge, we wish you all a pleasant journey.
You have Paulo Costa waiting next. There's a lot of talk, people that want to see Yoel Romero because of that match, because of that style, that classic grappler versus striker. Hey, has Adesanya solved all these problems? Can he stop Romero? There's some questions. I hear a lot of that chatter out there. So I'm just saying that there appears to be options for Israel, where if I was to just ask you a question, if Whittaker gets 2 wins at 185, do you subscribe to the fact that he'll be back in there with Adesanya? Save that thought. Different scenario. Whittaker goes up to 205 pounds. He leaves 185, he goes to 205 pounds. Instantly, at least on paper, he becomes the most credible guy, right? Former world champion. Something interesting there for Jon Jones.
Good morning, everyone. Jetstar would like to welcome members and guests travelling on JQ 43. Your service through to Denpasar is now available for boarding through gate lounge number 12. On behalf of the Qantas First Lounge, we wish you all a pleasant journey.
It would largely subscribe to the same school of thought as Weidman versus Jon Jones. So, if you don't sign off on that right now, if you don't go, move Whittaker up and give him an instant title shot. Jon Jones doesn't have an opponent, I want to see that. If you don't subscribe to that, and I would suspect that you don't, if I asked you the exact same scenario, which is Whittaker goes to 205 pounds, he wins 2 fights, do you then believe he will be fighting for the world championship? I think you'd say, yeah. He probably would have to go up and just win 1 fight. Certainly, I would think if he went and won 2, he would be the biggest name, he would have the greatest resume, and he would quickly become the top contender. Now, I don't know that is likely. I don't know what Robert Whittaker walks around at. When I look at him, when I touch him, he's a massive guy. But he's not overly tall. He's not, one of these guys that's 6'1 or 6'2 with broad shoulders and can fill out. But he's a good-sized guy. I would suspect he walks around at 210 the right way. I think he could do 205. And I think I always think it's fun when a guy gets a fresh coat of paint. But every now and then a guy gets stuck in a division where he just can't get back to a shot. The storylines just aren't in his favor. I'm just making conversation with you. I'm not predicting that he goes to 205, but I think if he did, I do think his avenue to a title opportunity comes faster.
Uncle Chael, there's no bad guy like Uncle Chael. Never lost, not even around. Undefeated, undisputed, oh yeah. Here comes a bad guy.